What is up, YouTube? This is Spider-Man Guardian of New York here, and doing a face reveal. Well, this is not my first face review since I already revealed it in the past video. Anyways, let's get to the real point here. This is pretty much my review of Thor Ragnarok, and my thoughts on it. It's a good. It's a good movie. Well, there's just no words to describe it. It's the best Thor movie I ever seen. I mean, the first Thor movie, it's okay. It's fine. It's just telling the origin story about how Thor comes to Earth, tries to be a normal person, tries to learn responsibility. The Thor Dark World movie, it's fine. It's fine. It's like Batman versus Superman. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a perfect movie. Like for example, it's not a perfect movie like Spider-Man Homecoming. Watch my Spider-Man Homecoming review, and like other perfect superhero movies. But Thor Ragnarok, good movie. Watch it if you haven't watched it yet, which I'm pretty sure every Marvel fan has watched it. Which, if you're a Marvel fan and haven't watched it, check it out. And if not, don't watch it. I mean, my first thoughts about the Thor Ragnarok movie when the trailer first came out, I thought it was gonna be too Guardians of the Galaxy-ish, because I thought that the style that the Guardians of the Galaxy were going, I thought it was only gonna work for those films. But when it comes to Thor, he's really not like a serious or a dramatic, like a almost like Batman. Like Batman has to worry about the death of his parents, you know, that kind of stuff. He's not really like a serious type of superhero. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's like, I mean, he's his own thing. That's all I can say. Sorry for, I'm terrible. As I was saying, the tone of the movie that has, it's pretty good for a Thor movie, to be honest. And the whole thing about Valkyrie and how her team got killed by Hela, it's actually a pretty good, interesting story. And in case they ever do another Thor movie, which, let's admit, probably not, since Chris Hemsworth is rumored to exit out of the MCU. Gonna miss you, Chris. As I was saying, it's a pretty good movie. And also, to be honest, it's a better team up between Thor and Loki, because in Thor the Dark World, I mean, it was good to see the two brothers team up once again in Thor Ragnarok. And it was pretty good to see them together and work together on the same side. And finally we see what happened to Hulk after Age of Ultron, because I mean, at first, when I saw Age of Ultron, I wasn't really a comic book nerd like I am today and these days. As I was saying, I pretty much didn't know what would happen to Hulk. I did, but once I became a comic book nerd, I pretty much had a bunch of theories about what happened to good old Bruce Banner. But looks like he ended up in Sakaar, which is another dimension in, well, Norse mythology. Well, not in real life, but in the movie. That's what I was talking about. My bad. I was kind of sick during school week, but everybody gets sick. As I was saying, for the movie, focus on the movie. It was a pretty good movie. That's all I can say. And it's pretty much, I'm a comic book nerd and I already said it, but I pretty much didn't expect Hela to be like Thor's half sister, I believe. I need to see the movie again so I can see it again and understand it more. As I was saying, the battle between Thor and Hela was pretty much hella sick. Did you get it? Stop puns. As I was saying, it was pretty sick. Thor doesn't have to use his hammer anymore, and he has that Odin Force. I don't know if it's confirmed as the Odin Force, but I've heard of something called the Odin Force. But it's pretty cool that Thor got his thunder powers, as you may say, and also Korg, the rock guy character that Thor teams up with at the arena on Sakaar. Yeah, he's a pretty hilarious character for being Korg. Now, I do obviously know who Korg is. He did appear in it's not Hulk. It's Planet Hulk storyline. He's pretty much one of those gladiators in Sakaar that Hulk has to battle and all that kind of stuff. He didn't have as much as in a role in World. God damn it! It's Planet Hulk. He didn't have much of a big role in Planet Hulk, but he was pretty hilarious in the movie. And also, Loki, same as always, Loki. And there's nothing much you can describe. And also the Doctor Strange cameo in the movie, that was a pretty good cameo. It was good to see Doctor Strange once again after seeing him in his own solo movie, foreshadowing Doctor Strange reveal. Who knows, maybe that will happen. But Thor Ragnarok. So, I wish I could have seen more of Doctor Strange in the movie. I get it that it's a Thor movie, but and Thor already has all these characters like Valkyrie, Hulk, Loki, Korg, the other gladiators, Grandmaster, excuse me, and all those other characters. Almost Heimdall. Can't forget about Heimdall. As I was saying, the movie is pretty great. I liked it as much as I did Justice League, Wonder Woman. I liked it as much as I did those movies. Foreshadowing for review of Justice League. It might happen someday around June or July. Could happen. As I was saying, the movie is pretty great. Recommend it. And overall, it's a pretty enjoyable movie from beginning to end. And it starts off with a hilarious beginning with Thor tied up in chains and confronting, what's his name? Surtur, I believe. Yeah, Surtur. The one that is about to bring Ragnarok, which is Asgard's end. And pretty much it's a pretty hilarious beginning. Just Thor wrapped up in chains and surrounded by lava and all that kind of gonna burn you alive stuff. It's a pretty hilarious ending. And also post-credit scene at the end of the movie. It's pretty good foreshadowing of, Infinity War. And also I did. By the way, for now, I'm just gonna use these a few minutes to let you guys know what I've heard about Infinity War. Yes, I've heard that Peter Parker dies. We see a Peter, as I was saying. But obviously Peter's gonna be back. I promise you, he's gonna be back. It's been confirmed by Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige that he's gonna be back, because in Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is going to be taking place after Avengers Infinity War Part 2. It looked like 1, but it's supposed to be 2. That's all I was saying. Yes, it's going to take place after Avengers 4, which is the working title for today because we don't really know what the actual title is going to be. But the only question that we have left is how Peter Parker is going to be back after he disintegrated into dust. Well, there could be two outcomes. I'm just going to use this for another video because this is the review for Thor Ragnarok. As I was saying, back to Ragnarok. So, now that Mjolnir is gone, Thor has now his thunder abilities. Which I gotta say, that's actually pretty good superpower. Even for the almighty Thor, god of thunder, it's a pretty good superpower. Also, if you had that kind of superpower, what would you do? Comment down in the description below. I'm just kidding. Well, you could do it if you want to. As I was saying, it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty great movie. It's enjoyable from beginning to end. And also, I pretty much did like the whole thing with Heimdall trying to go undercover with the other Asgardians because they already know about Ragnarok and all that kind of destruction of Asgard. I actually did like that kind of concept because there's just not a way to. I'm sorry. There's just some things that I can't describe that I like about the movie. As I was saying, so yes, I do recommend this movie. Yes, you should watch it if you're a true Marvel fan. And yes, you should watch it if you're a true Thor fan. I mean, I do like Thor. He's one of my, I would say, what place would he be? He's like my number 7 favorite superhero. Number 1 being obviously Spider-Man himself. And you might be wondering which one? Because you have Peter Parker, Miguel O'Hara, Miles Morales, Ultimate Peter Parker, and also the other Spider-Man. Like there's just a lot of Spider-Man. Check out other videos to know all about Spider-Man. Also, shout out to Variant Comics, because he will tell you about the Spider-Verse, all things comics, and also Comic Story. Check out Comic Historian's storyline about the Spider-Verse. I haven't seen it yet, but he has done a video about the Spider-Verse. You know, all those different Spider-Man, Spider-Women. As I was saying, back to Ragnarok, I'm getting distracted with all these stuff because I've been away from my lovely subscribers and I've been busy with school lately. As I was saying, Thor Ragnarok, perfect movie, good movie, watch it, only if you want to. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie, you should watch it. And also, what else can I talk about? I don't really know because I've been covering it. Oh, the Thor versus Hulk battle. Yeah, it's a pretty good battle. It lasts for a good few minutes. Pretty much had a stupid smile on my face while watching that battle take place. And also it's the Thor versus Hulk battles where Thor finally discovers his thunder powers that his father decided to give him because he doesn't need the hammer anymore, because he does have the powers that Mjolnir has, because he doesn't need a little hammer that he can do hammer time things. As I was saying, so yeah, Thor versus Hulk battle is a pretty good battle. There's other cool scenes, like, what else? Cool scenes. There's a lot of cool scenes in the movie, like how Thor, Valkyrie, Loki, and Hulk break out of Sakaar. Well, not Hulk because he's in Bruce Banner form. So Bruce Banner, they break out of the arena and they get out of Sakaar so they can go to Asgard and fight Hela. That's a pretty good scene. So, should you watch